remember, I still have one more card out. The card that took the last bit of Yugi's courage to play. And now it's time to find out what it is!
It's a ritual card!
Dark Magic Ritual! And to invoke its great powers, I must make a double offering. So I offer your Jigen Bakudan and the Dark Magician!
No! Bakudan's been sacrificed before it could detonate! But what has he created in its place?
The offering has been accepted! A new power is brought forth! Now, Pegasus, behold! The Magician of Black Chaos!
No! Not him! Not him!
You may have succeeded in putting Yugi out of commission, but not before his final courageous act set the stage for the greatest magician in all of Duel Monsters! And with the Magician of Black Chaos, I will avenge my fallen friend!
Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to my channel. So today we are gonna be taking another look at the Chaos deck and trying to find some more competitive duels. Now I did finally find Dracotail. It's been literally impossible, and the thing is, every time I play with this version of the deck, I just never get Dracotail, but I get literally everything else. Yami, Radiant Typhoon, Mitsurugi, you name it. And then when I switch decks and I play like Branded, Heroes, anything else, it's always Dracotail and nothing else. So I actually just don't know like what to do. I keep having to like beg my opponent to give me a rematch so I can switch my deck to play Chaos so that I can, you know, get some replays. But they just always end up scooping after they lose, so nothing I can really do about that. But anyways, now this deck is ridiculous. I genuinely think this is probably going to be like either tier 1 or just undisputed number 1. Like, this deck is disgusting. We'll have to see once it comes out in the TCG. But yeah, let's hop straight into some replays. I actually did not change the deck list at all. I love the deck how it is at the moment. So let's see. Let's actually start off with Dracotail because I know that's what you guys want to see. And they do actually have like some things to note about Dracotail. Now, if you play different versions of this Chaos deck, you play like Dark Magician version or whatever, Synchro version, these actually destroy Dracotail. But when it comes to my version of the deck, it's actually weak to Dracotail and strong against everything else. And the reason for this is because Dracotail monsters are all activating in the graveyard, which means nothing on the field is going to trigger. So actually, let me just quit real quick so I can like talk about these cards specifically. The whole idea for this variant of the deck is turn 0, right? You can't nib Dracotail, which means automatically 3 cards are dead. Multiplying Kuriboh, they can always chainlink block it, or at least most of the time. So yes, you can summon it from hand, but then on the field they can just get rid of it. They usually don't have to activate anything on the field after. So again, like, it's not a dead card because you can definitely use this. This is one of the better cards in the deck. But for turn 0, it's not going to trigger, right? And then Thunderbolt is not good because the effect to summon from hand is decent, but Punishment is the issue. Punishment doesn't do anything. Because if we go to Altharian, does he have like a different name? What the hell? Okay, it's Arthalion, not Altharian. Okay, so this guy is 3k, and then Gulamel is 28. And these are usually the monsters they have on the board. They don't really have anything else. Malulu is at 1, so rarely they'll have it on the field, or maybe like another Dracotail monster. But what I'm trying to say is that you can't actually like send Entis, which is 25. After you pop this, you're gonna have to send something 3k or higher, so like Dragoon, Chaos Angel, and this doesn't do anything, because if you pop this, it's just going to revive itself back. And the real value of Punishment is actually like whatever you get to send, right? So Entis, you get to Packbit, push something into the back row, Cloud Beast, and these all actually do nothing against Dracotail except the Malong, because this can spin their back row, right? And you can't send this because it's 22, and all their monsters are just 3k or higher, or like 28 or higher, I guess you could say. So automatically that makes Punishment bad. And then Harmonia also can't activate because Gulamel is probably your only card that's gonna trigger this. I guess like Malulu can trigger it and like some other stuff, but like it's very rare for that to happen on turn 1. So this is mainly just gonna trigger on your turn. So what's gonna happen is he's gonna use Gulamel to pop your card, and then you go Harmonia, send a Wind Pegasus, because they're gonna guaranteed pop something with Gulamel. So then you get to pop their Gulamel or something else. If they have like the Floodgate Secretarian Dragon, you pop it, and then you can send this, which is also gonna trigger to out their back row. This is cool that you can do this. But they have to activate something on the field, which again, they can always chainlink block it with like the cards engrave. So you'll never catch like Arthalion being, you know, like chainlink 1. I mean like on the highest chain. It's always going to be chainlink 1, right? So that's a big issue here. So automatically like all our turn 0 plays are basically turned off. Also, Magnahot can't even activate most of the time because they need to have the light monster, light Dracotail, which they only play 1 of, and usually they only get Stingrave if they go Branded Fusion. So for someone who's not like playing a branded version, or if they're playing a branded version, they just don't go Branded Fusion. Magnahot's just not going to trigger unless they go Malulu, right? Which is limited. So this doesn't even trigger to add a Harmonia or follow up with the Fallen of the White Dragon on turn 0. So you basically have no turn 0 plays. Literally just nothing. I mean, you do have one, and that's if you open Thunderbolt plus the Grifo, because you can still summon Thunderbolt, and then you can spin something back to go Luster Soldier and then banish their back row. And yeah, that's like one of the biggest issues about facing Dracotail with this version of the deck. And then the other thing is the fact that Sting exists. Sting is one of the nastiest cards ever against this deck. So Sting is going to basically get rid of your Ritual Spell and your Chaos. And they're going to draw a card. So this hurts so much. This is really, really bad. Which means you have to play Ash. Well, you don't play it, but like you side it in. I would not recommend you main Ash. And then you can also play Bell in your side deck, so that you can play it against Dracotail. These cards can technically stop Sting if they don't have, like, what do you call it? Freaking Called by the Grave, which they always do. I don't know why, but they always have Called by. Everyone always has Called by. So yeah, Sting is like one of the nastiest cards against this. So if the opponent has Sting and your hand is like a mid hand, or you have too many of these, I would say most hands are actually mid against Dracotail because you played so many turn 0 plays. So on game 1, your hand is probably just going to be mid, right? And then Flame can also be an issue because sometimes you try to like dodge, you go Chaos Hats or something, they just go Flame, negate that. Other than that, nothing else really matters. Like the actual cards don't really matter. It's just mainly Sting and the fact that the deck is built in a way that they can play around all your turn 0 plays, which is what hurts this deck a lot. You can summon Swordsman. Yes, Swordsman is good, but if they have Sting, once again, they just banish your Ritual Spell. So this is going to be affected. So then they go Gulamel, pop this, or Horn, send this back to the hand. So that's quite nasty that they can do this. Otherwise, if you play like Synchro or Dark Magician version, it really doesn't matter because you're probably going to destroy them. It's just this version of the deck that's not really the greatest because of these, right? But yeah, it doesn't really matter too much. I don't care too much that Dracotail is better than this version of the deck because Dracotail is going to get destroyed next ban list. And by the time this deck comes out, Dracotail is not going to be a thing anymore. It's going to be absolutely destroyed. Also, I think Fallen of the Virtuous might get hit. There's a lot of things that are just going to get destroyed in Dracotail, so I'm not really concerned. Aside from that, this destroys Yummy, it destroys Radiant Typhoon, Mitsurugi. Like, pretty much no deck can really destroy this deck, right? Yes, there are some like decks where it can be like back and forth, but you win most duels. So, yeah. Deck is quite ridiculous still, so Dracotail doesn't really matter that much. Okay, so actually let's just hop in to Branded Dracotail. Let's see who's going first. Okay, so I'm probably going first here because I use this. I usually wait on the Grifo, I don't use it right away. So he goes Ash Blossom, and we have Called By to stop that. We did unfortunately draw a Mind Shuffle, which is why I played 2. I really hate drawing Mind Shuffle, and the thing is, I always draw Punishment, Mind Shuffle, and Gaze of Demise. These 3 cards are always in my hand, and it truly sucks. So we're gonna Call by his Ash, and then it doesn't matter because I can just add back the Call by, which is so disgusting that you can just keep recycling this forever. I actually don't know how many times I add it back in this duel. It's just really ridiculous. So we used it once, and now we're gonna add it back. We're gonna go into Dmod, and then we're gonna activate Cartesia to fuse these 2 into Granganol. And then notice we never actually sent Chaos. Actually, we did. So what we're gonna send is Albion instead, so that we can get a Fallen of the Virtuous. And then we summon this and pass. Now you do usually want to summon this so that you can go Chaos Hats with this. And this is also quite ridiculous because you can see we don't have a level 7 or higher to spin back to our hand. This is going to summon Thunderbolt from the deck, and then you basically spin back the Thunderbolt to the hand to summon Luster Soldier, and then you can summon Thunderbolt from your hand to set a punishment. So you also get free 2 interruptions just off Granganol, right? So Granganol is just so disgusting. It basically gave us 3 interruptions. Fallen the Virtuous, and the punishment. Okay, so now we're gonna go Gaze first, and then his hand is actually quite decent, minus the Horn. Horn sucks in his hand. Also, like, Albaz here is not really great, but like these 3 are good. Maybe if this was Raho Dragontail, that would... actually, Raho doesn't really do anything. What would be good for him? I guess Lucaeus maybe would be better. But either way, even if he had that, he still would have lost. Now, I did say, like, you know, we do have a very bad matchup against Dracotail with this version of the deck. But that's only going second. Going first, you get a free win. Like, you never lose going first. Doesn't matter if they hand trap you. Doesn't matter if they go, like, Femina. They can't beat you going first. If you're going first. Okay, so we're gonna grab a Soldier of Light and Dark, and then he goes Fallen of the White Dragon. We're gonna trigger this, summon a Thunderbolt, and now we just wait for him to activate anything. So I actually don't pop this because I was waiting for him to activate it. Even if he activated, I would not pop this. I will wait for him to summon Albaz just in case he actually has Albaz in hand. And in this case, you can see like he did actually have it. So you want to use it on Albaz instead of this because this could just be bait, right? So Albaz wants to fuse now. We just pop it with the Fallen of the Virtuous. And then he is going to activate this to summon a Cartesia with no effect, because Cartesia can't really do anything. Now, the reason he doesn't go Key2 is because I can just negate it. And then he can't really target my Dragoon with this to pop it either. And let's see, I also have a Chaos Hats that can negate this. Oh, but I don't have room for Chaos Hats. Yeah, that is true. And yeah, we also have Cold By, so he basically stands no chance. Now Chaos Hats is also live, by the way. So we just choose to negate this because nothing else to negate here. Then he activates Titan. We first activate Mind Shuffle because it has to be in response. And then we chain Cold by the Grave so that we can get rid of Titan. And then we banish his Fallen of the Virtuous. And now he basically has nothing. That's just game. We also have Dragoon here. We have Chaos Hats, which is activatable. We're going to set a Mystic Box. Yeah. You don't lose going first. It's just going second. You have a very bad matchup. On game 1, at least. Okay, and then he's going to pop... It's always Luster. They always pop Luster. It's just never anything else. Also, this player was pretty good. He was actually decent. So we banish him, and then we go into this, and then he surrenders. Okay, good game. Now, okay, I actually put Tenpai Dracotail because this guy told me I was basically trying to fish for Dracotail, and I asked him, "Are you on Dracotail?" And he said, "Yes, I'm on a variant of Dracotail." And watch, guys, does this look like Dracotail to you guys? It's always the Tenpai players. I don't know why, but like they always have to like do everything they can to cheat a win for free, right? I mean, okay, sure. Has Fua, Droll, Chandra, and he top decks Pydra. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about that? Okay, so I'm thinking he's on Dracotail here. I literally don't know that he's on Tenpai. he tried to trick me, so we are just gonna pass on this. This is enough. We don't actually have to play into anything. Joel is completely fine. Also, you can see like we still end on a lot of disruption under Joel, which is why I love this deck. You don't have to play into it. So he goes into Hydra. We are gonna add Grifo, and then discard the Magnahunt. Because Magnahunt, again, doesn't really do anything against Dracotail, like I said. So I just like, whatever, let's just get rid of it. I would much rather have a Grifo to go Chaos Hats. Also, additionally, I could have just... no, I was going to say draw 3, but we can't. We don't have a Ritual of Light and Dark monster. So he's gonna normal Fadra, special Chandra? Why? Why would you not just go Hydra, summon... I mean, does that make any sense to you guys? I don't know. I mean, he would have lost anyway, but like, why the hell would you not do that? I mean, I'm pretty certain I would not, you know, pop it with Harmonia. I would probably Chaos Hats it, though. And then he goes Chandra. We can't spin this back. This is on the field. And then, yeah, Harmonia would actually destroy him after he tries to Synchro. Yeah, it's crazy how like these newer decks, especially Chaos, just power creeps a deck like Tenpai. Yeah, so he destroys Mystic Box, which is gonna summon a Black Chaos from the deck, and he scoops. Okay, that's what you get for lying. Okay, so this guy is on Enneacraft. Now, Enneacraft is a very good deck. Let's see what he's playing. He is playing Sol and Luna, Cool, Shifter, Vanity Fiend, huh? In main? Wow, okay. I would side this card. I don't think I would main it. Zeborg the Mega Monarch? What? He plays 2 of it. Okay, this guy is a stun lad. Okay, so he goes Tromeria. He actually only has 1 Enneacraft. This is why you don't want to play too much non-engine in Enneacraft, because look at this. This is not great. Okay, so he basically only has these. Also, why did he search Okinaria? Why not search Trito? Oh, he doesn't play the new cards. I see, okay. Yeah, I see. I was literally playing around the new cards because there is one that negates the entire chain, the Atoll, and I guess he's not playing it. So we go Multiplying Karibo, he pops it here before we can even trigger it, but it's fine, we have another one, our hand also looks decent. Then he goes Fisher. Fisher, Eclipse, Fallen the Virtuous. And then he also has Okinaria and Tromeria. Now, Tromeria is... I guess it's whatever. Okinaria is very good against us because once you activate Archfiend to send a ritual spell, this can shuffle back literally everything in your grave and banish. Which means this card hurts a lot. This is basically like a better version of Sting. And then I can't even send Archfiend to the grave because he has Fisher on the field, and then Fallen the Virtuous is not activatable until this gets outed, which I have to out anyway. So this is going to be activatable at some point. And then he also has Book of Eclipse to prevent lethal. Okay. We're going to top deck Called By, which is dead. Called By doesn't really do anything. Best thing is that this discard doesn't send to the grave, so thank God for that. So we go Mystical, Celtic Sage. Now, we don't actually really care about, like, Shifter and Fisher too much. Yes, it does hurt, but it's not. It doesn't end the duel, right? We're not Dracotail. This, we can play around. We can play around pretty much everything, I think. I can't think off the top of my head like what card we would lose to, because most of the time we just win, right, against most things. There's no like singular card that just destroys us. Yeah. So we're gonna add back the Called by the Grave, and then we're gonna banish his Fisher face down. Now his Fallen the Virtuous is activatable. And then we're gonna send the ritual spell to the graveyard, and he is gonna trigger the Okinaria. Now this is bad because he's gonna shuffle everything, as you can see, double ritual spell and Archfiend. Now usually the way you play around Sting is that you send double ritual spell and you have like double chaos, which you can do obviously, but it's still like really bad because you're gonna activate the ritual spell in grave, and then it's going to add the chaos back. I don't think that's what you want. You want to add like Swordsman, you want to add Grifo, and he is just gonna chain Sting in response to that, right? Which means you have already used your ritual spell, effect Engrave, and you can only use that once per turn, and then he banishes it, right? So it still doesn't matter that much. Yes, you still have it in Engrave, so that you can use it on the following turn, but it's still not great, right? You don't get to ritual, basically. So we're gonna go into Demon, and then we are gonna attack here. He goes Fallen the Virtuous. I can't stop this because Mind Shuffle has nothing to summon from hand. So I can't shuffle it back. So basically we are going to shuffle back our ritual here so that we have at least one ritual in deck, and then we go into the Gaze of Timaeus, and then he does stop us here. So we do choose to add. Now this is good. I did know he had this. I just did not want him to use it on Mind Shuffle, which is why I went Gaze first, so that he's forced to hit the Demod, and then we're going to set a Chaos Hats. Now this is completely fine because it's against Enneacraft. Now Enneacraft cannot kill you here. They are basically, all they can do is basically set up a board and do nothing. All you have to do is just wait. Don't interrupt them whatsoever, because if you do, you're gonna get destroyed. You can see he set Mar, so anything I activate gets negated by Mar and destroyed. And then I'm gonna be giving him more counters, and the only way he can basically kill me is with the counters and the field spell. So if I out the field spell, actually let's check how many field spells does he play. He plays 3 field spells. Okay, fair enough. Because I only play 1, so if my field spell gets banished, I'm usually cooked. Which is why I started playing 2. Okay, so he is gonna set up his full board, and then he has Pixia, can't target him, which is interesting because most of our cards do target, but again, we know he has Pixia, this is public knowledge, so I can play around it. He has Tail, which I don't know why he searched. This is also public knowledge. We don't really pop anything, we usually just banish. Mar doesn't do anything on our turn. Charmeria is whatever, Shifter is just nothing, and then he did go Rebirth to draw 4. I don't agree with this. I don't like, gambling, draw 4. But he got lucky. He still hit a Soul of Luna and Book of Eclipse. I think it's okay for you to gamble like this if you play lots of non-engine and you want non-engine. Otherwise, if you have like engine and you don't play too much non-engine, it's not worth going for this, right? But yeah. So we're going to top deck a Chaos Archfiend, and then we are going to discard it to add the Swordsman, and then we get to add Black Chaos as well. He basically can't trigger anything. I was checking for Chomeria here. Chomeria is going to be 2 separate chains when I activate this Engrave. He could stop the Chaos if I activated it, which I did. Otherwise, if I had a Ritual Spell Engrave, I can choose not to activate Chaos or even discard it, and then I can use this first to add it back to the hand, to trigger Ocaneria to add. And then on a separate chain, after I add this back, he's going to shuffle back this stuff, right? So we're going to go Summon Swordsman. Now, this was a mistake, actually. I should have kept the Ritual Spell Engrave. I was really worried about Ocaneria, but then I was like, hold on. Like, I already used this. He didn't Ocaneria, so like obviously he doesn't have it. He puts it in the back row. He doesn't have another one. So I should have just kept this in Grave, so this is unaffected. Instead, I summoned it, which, yeah, I don't think that's the correct play here. He goes Rebirth to flip most likely the Mar face up. And then he flips up the Charmeria because I'm going to special summon. He wants to negate whatever I summon, which he can't do because this doesn't allow that to happen. And then we go for this. And this is an interesting play. This plays into Atel, and I want to play into Atel. Right, I want him to use the Atel now, so then I can Ritual Spell and still go for this. But he doesn't do it, which tells me he probably doesn't have it. So we're also going to chain the Griffo to set a Mystic Box. This is just in case he has Sol and Luna. Now, I do know like lots of people love playing Sol and Luna. I personally don't like it, but you can see he does play it. So setting Mystic Box was definitely the correct play. We also had Chaos Hats anyway. So there was nothing else to set. And yeah. Okay, so he flips up Mar. We are going to add back a spell. Let's see what we have in Grave. We can add back Gaze of Timaeus or Called by the Grave. I don't think I add Called by. There's no reason to do that. We probably want Gaze here. So I do actually shuffle it back to summon the Swordsman. And then this is going to get flipped face down. Yep, we do add the Gaze. And then everything goes face down. summon Dragoon, and then we can shuffle all of these back and his follow-up, so that we can summon Chaos, and then he goes Sol and Luna. Awesome. This is public knowledge. I don't know why he fell into this, but okay. So he chains Tail because this is gonna pop after it spins back to the hand. And here's the thing. This, I can just easily stop. So I don't know if he really should have activated Tail. I feel like it was just a waste. There's no reason to actually activate this. So I can just negate this, and then he goes Book of Eclipse. Why? I don't know. So we still get to like spin this back and then pop his field spell. Now I have to pop his field spell because he has 3 counters and 1 counter. He's about to actually get more counters now. So he has 2 plus 4, that's 6 counters. I think that's just game with the field spell, right? So I had to out the field spell ASAP. And we don't target with the Mystic Box, which is great because we would have triggered Pixia otherwise. And just having the Dragoon to negate the Tail would have been, was like very good. But he knew I had Dragoon, right? So we attack over him, just out everything. Now the weakness of Enneacraft is battle phase. If you have big monsters and you can attack over 2500s, you basically win because they have no protection from battle. Which is why, again, this deck is so good against Enneacraft. So we're going to normal summon Multiplying Kuriboh, go into SP just to out his other Pendulum. We also got rid of his other Pendulum. I think it was face down with this because it had so many counters, and at the same time it would add follow-up, right? So as long as I get rid of any follow-up, he has to pay 900 each to search, which means 900, 900. He's going to be put at very low life points. Not enough to search more than 2 times. And then because of Book of Eclipse, everything gets flipped face up and we draw cards. And now we are just at a huge advantageous position. We can just not lose here. So he tries to attack, Multiplying Kuriboh reduces him, and then he takes 25, and then he gets salty and he waits the timer out. Yeah. That was just over. He pretty much had no chance there. So this is against Darklords. We are going to go first. Okay, we're going to set a Mind Shuffle. Opponent doesn't have any hand traps. He does have Super Polymerization though. Interesting. So we're going to activate the Ritual spell, add back the Grifo. We're going to go Ritual Flight in Dark, summon the Black Chaos, and then add back the Ritual spell, go into D-Mod, add a Gaze of Timaeus, and then we're going to set for summon Magna Hut, add Harmonia in the end phase, and then go into SP and pass. We have tons of interruptions. So we have SP, we have Grifo, set a Chaos Hats, so that's 2 interruptions, Luster, 3 interruptions, 4, 5 interruptions, 6 interruptions, 7 interruptions, 8 interruptions. We have 8 interruptions, basically. Yeah. That's kind of nasty. So he goes Super Poly on SP plus Dragoon, so we do lose out on 2 interruptions. That's fine, I don't really care about that. Yeah. So we can still get Harmonia on the field so that we can spin it back to the hand to summon Luster. So he goes for this. We chain Multiplying Kuriboh first so that we can get on the field, and then we chain Cold Body Grave to banish him so he doesn't draw 2. We don't want him to YOLO draw 2 because he would have drawn into these 2. You can see this is actually very bad. This would have been very bad because of the Herald, right? So he still has Foolish. He goes Foolish for the Gulgalet. What the hell was that name? And then he goes for this. We can add a Grifo now. And now we can basically go Harmonia to pop him. And then we can also chain set a Chaos Hats. Awesome. So we're going to pop him and then we go Packbit, I think. Yep, Packbit, get rid of the Ritual spell, push him into the back row so he doesn't trigger to nuke us. And then we pop him so that he doesn't link. And then he tries to fusion, and then we just go into Luster Soldier by spinning back the Harmonia. And then we can use this again later. And now he wants to activate the effect. We Chaos Hats it. Yeah, this deck is just so powerful. It really like overwhelms the opponents. Both going first and second. Like in some duels, like they don't even get to play. They think they're safe, and then I have like 5 interruptions, turn 0. And it's just not fair. So we flip this face up, we add back with the Ritual spell the Chaos Hats, which is activatable, and then we can just shuffle everything back. He tries to stop us. I think we go Harmonia. Yep. I don't think we needed Chaos Hats here, so that's why I went Harmonia instead, and then he just scoops here. Alright. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Like, the deck is disgusting. So this guy, I think this guy makes YouTube videos on this deck. Let's see. I mean, yeah, like I did try this deck. I just don't think this deck is good. Like it's just not. I'm sorry. Like yes, you can play Impulse, which is good, and then you can play like some other cool stuff. But the deck still sucks. It definitely can't beat Chaos. Not even like 1 in 100 duels. And it's not the player's fault, it's just the deck is just really bad. I don't know why they gave, support for zombies and made it this bad. But yeah. So he's gonna try to imperm. Guys, do you think this is fair? Opponent is just trying to interact with your board, right? You are adding back any spell from your grave. They try to stop it. You go Chaos Hats, set 4. Awesome. Now, what does he pop? He pops Talents. Oh, guess what? Guess what I activated on Chainlink 1? It was Black Chaos, which means whatever you popped, I'm just going to add back to the hand. Yeah, this is just so fair. He actually popped the weakest one out of the ones I set because he never used a monster effect. And now he knows I have TTT, so even if he did have something and he was holding it, he would not use it. Also, this plays under nib because you can't nib face down cards. So, like, what do you do? What are you supposed to do? Actually, is there a reason I banished this? Okay, I think I still wanted to, like, shuffle this back into the deck. I'm okay with these being on the field. So we're gonna go for Thunderbolt, set a punishment, and then we basically just shuffle back all of these. Yep, get this back into the deck. Yeah, I mean, I would scoop too. Like that is just not fair. That is completely not fair. So then we go on to game 2. Let's see, he goes first, he breaks. Yeah. Again, like the deck sucks. It's not even his fault for playing like so much non-engine. The deck needs non-engine. You can see he has double Fua, Imperm, Impulse. This would have been an insane hand if he was going second because he can just top deck the Ghost as well. But there's another issue. Fua is dead against Chaos. Imperm does nothing. I'm gonna normal summon this, right? And then you're gonna Imperm because I'm gonna activate the effect here, right? To draw 3, you're gonna Imperm because you don't know I don't actually have something that mentions Light and Dark, which means I was never gonna draw 3, but the effect still goes through, right? So you're gonna Imperm this, and then you still have an Impulse and 2 dead Fuas. And I just pass. And I pass on Harmonia, Fallen the Virtuous, Nib. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because Grifo is gonna put a Luster Soldier, Mind Shuffle, and then search Luster Soldier. Is that fair? Opponent has 5, probably like one of the most broken hand traps in the game, right? Fua is disgusting. Impulse is probably one of the best hand trap ever. This card's disgusting. And he also has an Imperm on top of that. And it's nothing. It's not enough. And then we also we top deck a Fallen of the White Dragon. So he activates Fua, we chain Multiplying Kuriboh, he chains another Fua. So I'm like, you know what? How about I just don't play into his Fua? He bricked, which means, and I already have so much interruption, I don't even have to play into it. So how about I just give him another turn? Let's see. So he top decks a play. He goes Imperm on this. I lose Grifo, which is fine. Again, doesn't matter. Also, zombies hard lose to something called Nibiru. They do have Impulse, but Impulse is fine. Even if they Impulse the Nib, how are you going to deal with Harmonia plus Fallen the Virtuous? You can't. So we're just going to pop his Call of the Haunted, and now he has no more plays, and he scoops. Yeah, you know what? How about we watch the other zombie one? So this guy is on zombies. What the hell? I thought he was playing the new sports. He's not. He's just playing, like, zombies. I mean, sure, this is not really competitive, but, like, sure, let's watch it anyway. So he goes Gazuki, and then we summon Multiplying Kuriboh. He summons this, triggering Multiplying Kuriboh to add a Grifo. And yeah, our hand is disgusting here. It's just not fair. It really is just not fair. Immortal Dragon, he sends the Baloch King, and then he summons this. Now we nib. and then we chain Grifo, set a Mind Shuffle. And you know what? You know what's so disgusting here? It's just I don't know what to say. Like, this deck is they made a mistake. Look at this. So we add Mystical Celtic Sage because we already have Chaos, and then we discard the Chaos, and then we get to add a Luster Soldier. Do you guys know how broken this is? We nibbed his entire board. We still have Luster to banish anything, and add the nib back so we can use it again. And then in addition to this, we can spin back the Luster Soldier to summon this, draw 3 on the opponent's turn. What do you guys think about that? If we were to draw 3, what would we draw into? Let's find out. Nib, Grifo, Fall of the White Dragon. Yeah, this is very balanced. Very balanced. So he tries to steal my Nib, I just shuffle it back, summon this, banishes field spell, so now he can't floodgate me, which this doesn't really floodgate us, it doesn't matter, I just can't summon Dark Magician of Destruction. But also it stops his Baloch from reviving in the standby phase. And yeah, we just draw 3 for fun. Draw into Harmonia, like what the hell is this? This is just ridiculous. Summon the Chaos, we go into Chaos Angel to trigger the Chaos Archfiend, and then we can add a Black Chaos, and now we can Ritual Summon, and this is game. Yes, so disgusting. So disgusting. I feel like when I first saw these cards, I was like a bit underwhelmed, and then I realized, like, after playing like for a week, I just realized this is disgusting. Like, they actually made a mistake. Okay, let's watch Yummy. You guys love Yummy, yeah? Actually, how about we watch Radiant Typhoon and then Yummy? We'll keep Yummy for last. So he is on 60 cards, actually. So Radiant Typhoon with... what? I see Albaz, so I guess branded, not branded, but like a small branded package. And then he plays like Gold Sark stuff as well. Okay, that's fine. So we're gonna put a Mind Shuffle, and then we're gonna normal summon this to draw 3. He's gonna Imperm us, and then we are going to search. I was basically trying to play around Droll. So you basically put Mind Shuffle, and then you go into Celtic Sage, you activate it to draw 3, and then you chain Mind Shuffle to that, so that if he Drolls me after, it actually doesn't matter. I have the Ritual Spell engraved. I already have Ritual Spell anyway. I'm not gonna add a Ritual, but I'm gonna draw 3. So yeah, it plays very well into Droll. So we're gonna add a Black Chaos, and then this is not, I'm not stupid, I know it's negated. I get this engraved so that I can add it back with the Ritual spell. And then I can summon it on the opponent's turn to draw 3. Yeah, is this fair? Is this balanced? We add back the Ritual spell, and then we just pass here. We have this to get a play with Grifo, and then we also have Mind Shuffle. Now, our hand was obviously like not the greatest because this was conflicting with this, and then this getting impermed did hurt, which is again why I don't play like a pure version. I have to play branded with it, because branded makes it better, right? Otherwise, if this was pure, you would probably just end. This is your typical end board, so you would probably lose most of your duels, right? But even though this is, you know, like a pure version of Chaos in terms of like end board here, we are still gonna win. It doesn't matter. So I thought for quite a bit. I was like, okay, I can choose to spin this back and risk he's on like Radiant Typhoon, and then he pops me with MST. Or I can keep this on the field and then activate the effect to search, and then if he tries to MST, it doesn't work because this is on the field. But I also can't spin this back after, which means I'm not gonna have a Luster play. So yeah, if I search, it's not gonna be a play anyway because this is gonna be popped. And I have no Harmonia, no Nib, which is really quite unfortunate. So I'm like, you know what? I have to take the risk here. And he does have MST. Okay. Now he is going to... okay, basically he has full combo here, but we have Multiplying Karibo. Now you guys are going to see the power of Multiplying Karibo. The power to multiply. It's so annoying. Like, you just can't stop Multiplying Karibo. Look at this. His deck already had a hard time OTKing, so now with Multiplying Karibo, it makes it even harder. So we're gonna add a Grifo here, and then we have 3 Multiplying Karibos on the board. How are you gonna out this? Let's see. I could have used Grifo, but I was like, there's no reason for me to do this. I would rather he pops his own card with MST, right? And this is exactly what he's doing. And then he is going to activate this engrave, the Vortex, the Vibrant Vortex, and then we are going to set a Mystic Box. This is just in case he wants to target me. If he pops it with MST, it's going to trigger to summon a Luster from deck and banish him. Otherwise, if he targets any of these, I can just spin them back, right? And then pop something, and then summon this, and then I can add this back to the hand. It's just better than like setting a Mind Shuffle, because I still have access to Mind Shuffle on the following turn. And Chaos Hats is not activatable if I set it. So he chooses to attack over my monsters, does 0 damage, and then goes into Ecclesia of the Black Dragon. He also does play normal Albaz to fuse. And then he banishes. Okay, this was a good play. Go Little Knight to banish Mystic Box of Chaos. Let's see what he has. So he has MSC. Now, I did know he has 2 MSCs engraved, which means he only probably has 1 set. And I do know he reset the mandate. So he has Pop, Negate, Unknown, and Fallen Virtuous is Public Knowledge. And then he has Albaz to fuse, and he has Little Knight, and he has a Negate. So how many interruptions? 1. Albaz to fuse, that's 1 interruption. Mirror Jade is 2 interruptions. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 interruptions. Anything else? He has 8 interruptions here. Cool. So he goes Mandate. Now, first action, watch this. I go Chaos, shuffle back my Mystic Box so I can reset it. It's just very, very good against this deck. And then we shuffle back his MSTs, right? And because we shuffle back MSTs, this is going to lose its negates, which means he has to activate this now. And then it forces him to play into Harmonia. And now we can pop this so he doesn't have access to Fallen of Albaz. And then we can send a Malong, and now we can basically out the mandate, which we know he has MST probably, so he loses out on the negates. Isn't that funny? Yeah, this deck is disgusting. Now we can go Ritual of Light and Dark safely, knowing he doesn't have a negate with mandate, and then he pops it because he has nothing else to do. And then we can go into this. I actually choose not to add the Ritual spell back. I keep it engraved. And the reason for this is because I want to use this to add back the Grifo, and then I can set a Mind Shuffle. So he's still okay. So he goes for this instead of popping. He goes for Albaz for some reason. I guess he didn't know this is unaffected. He should have just popped this, which I was prepared for anyway. Him popping this doesn't really matter. Yeah, he should have done that because now he summons Albaz and he basically has no effect. He already used this. Super Poly is not even activatable because I'm unaffected. And now I banished his final back row face down. Bye bye Super Poly, and now I can finally OTK him. Isn't that disgusting? We basically didn't even end on much interruption. He basically had everything, right? MST plus Fallen Virtues, blah blah, Imperm, and Multiplying Karibo soloed him. And now he's getting destroyed by Chaos. Yeah, this deck is just something else. And this is game. Cool. Now let's watch Yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. This is pure Yummy, I think. Yes, but no Purge. Interesting. So we are going to go first for game 1. We are going to... now notice, this is such a weird play, I know. But here's the thing. When you have Grifo and the Swordsman, you want to use Swordsman to put this. So you don't want to use this in the draw phase. Unless you... Nah... I was thinking, okay, never mind. You don't actually need this. But if you have both of these, you always go main phase, Swordsman. And then you keep the Grifo in your hand. But if you suspect opponent might have a Bell, you can normal summon this. But you probably shouldn't do it this early. I think I should have just waited a bit. Because, you know, maybe he doesn't have Droll. Yeah, not every hand has to, like, play around, like, Droll or hand traps. Right? So I choose to summon the Grifo because I have Thunderbolt in hand. That way, if he actually stops me, I can just link summon into Anima, and then I can still summon Thunderbolt, set a punishment. And then I can still use Mind Shuffle to spin this back and summon Luster Soldier or this. So that was like the thought process behind it. Now you see he does actually have Bell. So we go Anima her, and then he bells us. Okay, now we can summon Thunderbolt, set a punishment. And we can just shuffle everything back just so we can get this on the field. And now we have something for Chaos Hats. So we're going to add a Grifo, discard the Black Chaos, set a Chaos Hats, and now we basically have a basically like a pure Chaos board plus Punishment. Punishment is usually what wins. Like, Punishment is just disgusting. So we're going to spin this back, banish him. Now, you usually just want to get rid of his level 1s. They only have like limited pushes, especially pure Yummy. If he's playing Yummy as Amina, that's a different story. So he goes for Marshmallow, and then I choose to stop this, so he's forced to use Surprise. He already used up his normal summon. And then he pops the Ritual Spell, that's completely fine. And then summons the Marshmallow. Now I can just pop it with Punishment. And then we can send the Pegasus. So if he outs something, we can shuffle something back. And yeah, that's just enough for him to lose, I guess. So this time he is going first. Let's see what happens. So he is going to activate the Sky Striker Horned Drones, and then he is going to go straight into the Cupsy Yummy Way. I could have popped this with Harmonia, but there's no reason for me to do this. Also, I want you guys to pay close attention to this duel, so you can see like the interactions between like Chaos and Yummy. And I want you guys to just like thank Konami for making a deck this broken. You guys thought Yummy was disgusting, right? So he has Called by the Grave on my pack bit. This actually would have hurt him. But he has Called by, that's completely fine. I only had Harmonia anyway, nothing else. Again, Punishment always in my hand. Gaze always in my hand. They're like staples in my hand at this point. It's like Ash Blossom and shit. I literally only play one of them. Why are they always in my hand? So I thought he was going for Colossus here. Does he actually play Colossus? Because why are you playing Cupid Pitch? Oh, to make this. Okay. Okay, interesting. So he goes SP, banish my Harmonia. That's completely fine. So he has lots of interruptions with like the Yummy stuff, and then he has this, and then he has the Zoroi, is it called? Zalin, I guess. Yep, and then he has SP, and then he can also, if he, does he play the other, yeah, he plays Akroi, which means he also has a pop with this. Okay, lots of interruptions. And our hand is nice, I like that Grifo. So we're going to activate the Swordsman, he's going to summon these two immediately, we're going to go Mind Shuffle. We're going to activate Mind Shuffle now to add a Chaos Archfiend, and then he puts the new field spell. Now, because he did this, a very good card against them is Mystic Box. Mystic Box puts in a lot of work. So you can see I actually go Mystic Box here because he's synchroing. So if he synchros, he is going to probably activate the field spell to pop me, and then I can just activate the Mystic Box of Chaos. And then I can pop whatever, non-targeting, which means he cannot like hop off and summon like something else. So, because if he summons Snatchy, I pop Snatchy, and he already used Surprise, he doesn't have it. So yeah. He actually pops my Mystic Box, it doesn't make sense, so this is public knowledge. So now I can just summon Luster from my deck. No, Luster is going to basically out the Little Knight, and then he gets rid of my Chaos Engrave. I chain Mind Shuffle, spin it back, and then he's going to synchro again into the Diabolic Queen of the White Forest. Okay. We're going to add back the Mystic Box of Chaos. He's going to add back Imperm. And then he... okay, he's going to summon Cookie from deck. Cool. And now we can activate this to banish him face down, which is going to force him to trigger it to summon the Zalin. Now, this is going to be able to basically negate anything, pretty much. So we were activating the Ritual Spell Engrave, and then he is going to chain Snatchy, and then chain this to it so that he can negate my Ritual Spell. And now I chain Summon Luster Soldier. I want you guys to count how many times we do this. They like, who is better at like hopping off the field? Yummy versus Chaos. What do you guys think? So he's going to try to target us, and then we're going to go Mystic Box of Chaos. And then he hops off, it doesn't matter, he doesn't even summon Snatchy because he knows it would just get popped. Shuffle this back, summon this, pop his Synchro, and then he goes for this to target us again. And then we're just going to shuffle it back. Summon Luster Soldier, yeah, disgusting. He also can't even use this, because if he uses this, I'll just shuffle it back, summon another, like, it's just... He can't do anything. We're going to go into this. Literally at no point was he able to activate Mourner with a good effect. So now we just attack for game. And we also have Gaze to go into Dragoon if we needed more damage. What do you guys think? Do you guys think Yummy is good against this deck? Yeah. Yummy just stands no chance. It's literally only Dracotail, and Dracotail is gonna get hit, like, really, really hard. So it's not even gonna be an issue. So then who is gonna, like, beat this deck? Pretty much nobody. This deck is gonna be undisputed #1. And this is what I'm saying, mark my words, when this deck comes out, this is gonna be probably best deck. Yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the replays, and let me know what you guys think about this deck. I've already seen what you guys think. I know it's fucking stupid. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.